Everyone. So we are in August for the Shadowverse throwback rotation. I do have one thing that I have to confess. This particular rotation I've never actually participated in when it first dropped. So this is actually all new to me. To be more specific, there was a few months where the phone that I was using just didn't work with this game anymore, and I just wasn't able to play without having connection issues. So I just stopped playing the game for a while until I had a better phone. And because of this, there were certain sets that I completely missed out on. So a lot of these decks that I'm just going to show right here, like for example, there's a deck that's about mainly around Cutthroat. And this guy, yeah, I was not around when this was a thing. So this was something that I 100% missed out on. Now, when I came back into the game, this set was still in rotation. However, there were different sets that were available. So I didn't get all of these cards. So that's partially why I missed out on this. And so there were a lot of decks that first came out that I honestly think are a lot of fun, but I just never have an opportunity to play. And there were a lot of decks within my three classes that I was actually able to play and have fun with. Now, obviously, I've lost a lot of matches because there are just other decks that were out at this time that were just 10 times better in classes I don't play. But I was still having a good time learning all these decks. Let me see if this is one of the new ones that I never got to experience. Yeah, this is a deck based off of the Biller font, and I'm saying it wrong, but I don't care. Anyway, uh, I played this in Unlimited once I realized this was kind of a thing. It wasn't super successful, but I like the concept. Unfortunately, in this particular format, I don't think that deck is good, but I like it. I like playing it in general because it's kind of my style of Haven. So I thought that was pretty cool. There's even an Evo Force that I've been playing with lately that I think is also a lot of fun. Um, Again, not consistent, but still a lot of fun. Um, so there's a lot of decks and a lot of these classes that I play that I'm really, really having a good time with. Even in Dragon. So with Dragon, there's this discard. Now, I've played Discard Dragon before, but it didn't have this card in it. It was the one that had a Ship's Bane, which ended up being like nerfed because every class that I play always gets nerfed because my classes are not allowed to be in the top. But anyway, but yeah, as far as this particular card in rotation, I never got to play with that in with this kind of deck. And there's another dragon list that existed back then that was basically a Bahamut list, which I think is also kind of fun. So like I said, there's a lot of different decks that I've been having a good time with. Even this deck here is basically about giving your is a Havencraft deck that basically well you have Storm and Ward as a combination. It's supposed to be aggressive using like Amulets and Crystallized mechanics. This is also a lot of fun. Kind of hit or miss, but again, a lot of fun. So I'll be honest, for someone who's just played this format for the first time with these cards, I'm having a blast with it. And as I've watched some other YouTube videos regarding this set and how it was in the past, apparently this is a lot of people's favorite rotation set of all time. And I can kind of see why. There are a lot of decks that are just fun to build and fun to play, but obviously there are certain classes that are better than others. That's just how it is. It's impossible to really make a rotation where every class is viable. Like there are going to be certain decks that are A tier and some that are just C tier. That's just how it is. But overall, I think that this is a really, really good rotation set, especially for my first time playing it. Even if I'm not scoring a lot of points, it's not a big deal. I'm enjoying a rotation that I've never got to play in the first place. So overall, really, really good rotation. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'd probably give it like an 8 or 9. Like just lots of good, fun variety of decks that I can play within my classes. And I'm considering Forest Craft one of my classes that I play as my number 4 slot because I've learned that when there's nothing else out there that I like to play in my normal classes, I can always fall back on Forest. But in this set, there were actually some forest decks that I really enjoyed too. So I think that I'm going to be somewhat of a semi-forest main as well. But overall, it's just a really, really good set of rotation cards. So I'm happy that I got to experience this particular rotation for the first time ever. Really, really good set of cards. Obviously, there are some decks that are better than others. That's just what it is. Runecraft's always going to be like top tier because Spell Boost is something that obviously the devs love more than most things, it seems, from the way the cards are built. So Rune's going to be strong. I believe Bloodcraft is super strong as well. Those are probably the two classes that I probably lose to the most is Blood and Rune. But there are other classes that I do think are fun and, are pretty good too in their own respect. But yeah, those are basically my thoughts on the August throwback rotation. If you have any other thoughts, feel free to let me know. But until next time, just keep gaming and have fun. We'll see you in September for whatever is going to show up.